All right, welcome to another episode of Fitness with Blossom Whole Wellness. I am Steph. I am the coach, the owner, all the things, I wear all the hats, and I am super stoked to invite you to come work out with me. We've got a great workout called Bodyweight Blitz, and as that name suggests, there are no weights and there's no bands. So this is a great workout to do when you have a little bit of space, a small amount of time, and you don't want to mess with getting equipment out or putting any of it away. So if that sounds awesome to you, let's get going because you're here. Nobody needs anything from you. This workout is just you and I, so let's go. We have 5 things to do for our warm-up. We're gonna do them one time through, and then the next portion of our workout is 5 exercises that we're going to do 5 rounds of. So if that sounds confusing, don't worry, because I'm gonna do it with you and I'm gonna explain it and I'll give you all the different modifications so we can get into it. All right, first little exercise warm-up piece are called inchworms with a lunge. So I am gonna do these facing forward and sideways so you can decide how you wanna do these. And if you're someone that struggles with having like any weight and whatnot on your wrists, I would suggest doing these on an elevated surface. So it looks like this. I'm gonna come face you straight on, looks like this. Actually it's easier. I'm gonna do an inchworm. So I'm gonna bring my hands here. I'm gonna bend at my hips, bend the knees. I'm gonna come down all the way down here and I'm gonna walk out. So I'm gonna walk out here. I'm moving my feet out so I don't stay run out of the way of the camera here. So I'm here and I'm going to bring right foot forward. Bring this back knee down with you, and we're opening up your back. We're saying hi to this internal like adductor portion of your thigh, your groin area. Then I'm gonna push my feet back, and I'm going to bring my other foot forward. This is where we find out how tight our hips are. You might find it hard to bring one of your feet forward, and that's okay. So I'm gonna push back, and I'm gonna bring this foot here, and I'm gonna walk back. All the way. Your mission is to see how close to your feet you can get. One of the things you might find that gets in the way a little bit is if you have a little bit of a belly. The belly might be, and that's no shame, it's just that's our anatomy. We do not fight our anatomy around here. So if you find you have a little bit of a belly, you can stop here and then just push yourself this way. That's great. Does not matter. We don't need you to worry about being a skinny, tiny little thing in these movements. All right, let's do that again. So we're gonna come down. I'm gonna go forward this time, and I'm gonna walk forward. Here, and then I'm going to bring my right foot forward, and then I'm going to bring my right foot back, left foot forward. You can decide which foot goes forward. That's up to you. And then I'm going to push back, and then we're going to walk our hands. So like I said, if you got a little bit of a belly and it's hard to forward fold like this, hands to the knees, push yourself up. Beautiful, easy as that. Feel free to do this elevated. So you can start with your hands on an elevated surface and then walk your feet back. Then you can forward step just to get a little lunge. Back together, hands still here. Step back, together, stand it up. Do this elevated. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna move into alternating lateral lunges. Now we're gonna get into a bit of a sumo squat position, and I'm gonna stay in this position, but we're gonna move laterally. So the movement looks like this, and I will build in modifications. Do not panic. If your knees say, no, ma'am, don't worry. I am going to straighten this leg, load, hip hinge and load. Looks like this. Now, if you've got a little flexibility and your knees are fine, you're here. Otherwise, maybe you're just here. You're saying hi. You're loading this side of your leg up. Now I'm gonna load straight leg, bend leg, and I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna load this side. Come back up. From the side to see what this looks like, what I mean by loading, looks like this. I'm going to straighten and watch how I push. It's basically half of a squat. I'm gonna push back, and then I'm gonna come back up. Same thing. Drive the hip back over the leg in question here, the leg that's working. Press all the way back up, okay? So we're gonna do 10 of those. We're gonna alternate back and forth. And now here we go. Do not panic if you can't go as low as I'm going. This is my default position. You work with your anatomy and your injuries and pains and things. All right, here we go. Coming up to the top, 2 to the top, 3 to the top, 4 to the top, 5 to the top, 6, middle, 7, middle, 8, your hands, this is where I tend to put mine. 9, your hands can be here, that's fine. 10, bring it back up. Beautiful. Let's go. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what this one looks like. These are called beast knee taps. Beast are part of a what's called a primal movement sort of system, I guess. It's a nice way to engage in a different way, to engage shoulder stability and your whole midline, including pelvic floor. So I'm gonna start with my shoulders right over the top of my wrists. My hands are gonna be right underneath my chest. I'm going to tuck my toes up, and I'm gonna, if you can scoot your knees kind of closer to your hands, the back of your hands. If your knees don't allow that, come out here, that's fine. Don't fight your anatomy, okay? I'm gonna come forward a little bit. You decide what works best for you. I'm gonna come up, and we're just gonna do little baby taps, tap. 2, you'll notice I'm not coming up much. 3, 4, 5, you might find 6 that your feet move, 7, and you'll need to hop to come back. 8, 9, 10, beautiful. All right, we're gonna do something called W's. I'm gonna do them from 2 different positions so that you can see what I'm doing. These are excellent for opening up the upper back, creating a little bit of articulation of the shoulder blades, and I'm gonna show you how to protect your neck. So my gals with just a little bit of a hump back here, this is a really nice way to open up your chest. Get some mobility back there, articulation again of the shoulder blade and that section of your spine, but while protecting your neck. So we're gonna be on our bellies here. I am gonna come down. I'm gonna tilt my forehead down to the ground, and that's where my forehead is gonna stay because we wanna think long neck equals long spine. So I'm gonna put my hands in a W. So it will look, so I'm not here, I'm in a W. Elbows will come down, shoulder blades will be pulled up just a little bit. And I'm going to bring my legs, knees, and feet up. So now I'm really busy back here. If you can't lift there, that's okay, no big deal. So I'm gonna show you the movement and then I'll show you the way to create modifications for yourself. So forehead here, and I'm gonna come down, lift. Tap just fingertips and toes, tap, up. There's 2, 3, 4, I'm gonna pull my arms up, 5, and squeeze my shoulder blades, 6, and then I'm gonna relax them, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, how to modify for this for yourself, to protect yourself. You can let this bit go, keep your legs down, but your glutes are still gonna be squeezed together, and I'm just going to not lift my chest much, I'm just gonna do this. This is actually one of the ways we do it with patients in physical therapy. I used to work in a clinic, so a couple of clinics. We squeeze, tap down, squeeze, tap down. If that's still too much, no problem at all. Let's come into a bird dog position. So I'm gonna come into tabletop like this, and instead, all I'm gonna do is lift, tap down, lift, tap down. So my forehead's still pointing down, but I'm not turtling. I'm pushed up and I'm active. My shoulder blades are nice and active, my neck is active, belly button is pulled up, and I'm just here. You have some options is what I mean. If you're injured, I will always give you an option. If it's still not enough, then you can either not do a movement entirely or even shorten up the movement even more and do less. Doing less still ensures that you're doing something, but you're not hurting anything, because I don't want you to walk away from a workout and be hurt for the next 3 days. So either exclude the workout entirely or shorten the movement just a little bit. Any modification is a matter of an angle change. That's it. So just remember that when you're making changes, a modification is a change of angles. Angle of your joint, generally speaking, is what changes it. So everything our body, like shoulders, hips, fingers, toes, knees, they're all joints. Change the angle a little bit and you might find you have a reduction in pain and a little more tolerance for a workout. Okay, so we are gonna do air squats. Good old fashioned air squats. I'm gonna pull my weight back. I'm here, my hip right here. I'm gonna push back into my heels. I'm gonna drive my big toes down to the ground, because what will happen is they will start to come up. We wanna keep connection of our pelvic floor, weirdly enough, through our big toes. So I'm gonna push my big toes down. I'm gonna drive my weight down. Your body's gonna be very confused by all the things you're trying to make it do right now. So from the front, looks like this. Notice how my feet are just about shoulder width apart, and I am driving my hips back. I'm pushing my big toes down. Keeping my hands out is a counterbalance, which keeps my chest nice and tall. That was 7. Here's 8. Depth is up to you. 9. Depth of the squat does not matter. 10. So we're gonna rip through that whole warm up one more time with a lot less talking from me. So let's do our inchworms, elevated or on the floor. Don't fight your anatomy again. Don't feel bad about this one, okay? So I'm gonna turn sideways. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna walk out. And then because I always bring my right foot forward, I'm gonna bring my left foot forward to get crazy. Let the back knee drop, stretching out the groin, push back, and then bring my right foot forward, drop the left knee down. How far up this leg goes is up to you. And then push back, and then I'm gonna go into downward dog, and I'm gonna walk myself back. You again, if you have a belly, no problem, or you're pregnant, hands, and yes, you can do inversions when you're pregnant, by the way, okay? All right, and then we're gonna do that 3 more times. So we're gonna walk out, coming out into a plank, shoulders stacked over my elbows. There's 1, back, 2. How long you take on these ones is up to you. Push back, there's 2. We're gonna walk out here. This one's our number 3. Good, and then you're gonna bring your feet back into downward dog. Walk, 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 walk. And bring yourself back up one more time. And we're walking here. I'm gonna get crazy and bring my left foot forward this time. Drop the right knee back. Push, push. Oh, man, I need this stretch. And push back, downward dog. Here we go. All right, we did it. Woo! Lateral lunge, get into that sumo position. You decide depth. Okay, you decide depth. I'm gonna go this way first. You decide which way you wanna go. Those of you who like to rule follow will be mirroring me. There's 2, 3, we're gonna go to 10. Here's 4, chest stays tall. 5, 6, so your eyes and head are gonna stay up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work, beasts. Turning sideways for you. Hands, you remember you can do bird dog for this one. Hands over elbows over wrists. Curl the toes. Bring those knees close. I'm gonna lift, tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice active upper back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. W's to be done in tabletop here. You could do these elevated. You can do them without your legs. You can do them without lifting your chest. You notice I just lifted off 5 different ways that you can do this. You never have to do it the way I'm showing you. All right, I'm gonna lift my legs. I'm gonna lift my chest. I'm going to turn my head down so that I have a long neck and spine. And up we go. 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm just tapping down and going. 4, 5, I'm staying active. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Whichever way you chose to do that one is awesome and just right. So do not feel bad if you're modifying everything. I'd prefer you to modify than try really hard to keep up and hurt yourself or hate exercise and say, that's it, that's why I don't exercise. Don't do that. Don't give up. Choose one of my options because there are plenty out there. All right, air squats 10, and then we're gonna move on to the workout. So big toes down. I'm gonna hip hinge back. I'm gonna turn sideways again. Here's my hip hinge. Big toes down. Keep my chest nice and tall. And there's 1. There's 2, 3. Drive those knees out. 4. Keep the chest tall. 5, 6, 7. Hands out to counterbalance. 8, 9. Keep those knees out. 10, and you did it. Woo! Okay. You will see on the screen you have 5 movements. We have speed skaters, arm haulers, alternating reverse lunges, alternating tall to low planks, and finally tuck-ups. Now, if you don't know what any of those are called, do not panic. I'm gonna teach all of them to you, and I'm gonna do it with you. We're gonna do that list. We're gonna do it in a list. 5 movements, 10 reps each, alternating. I'll count so you know what I mean. When we get down to the bottom of this first round, of every round, you will have the option to pause, walk away, get some water, maybe put yourself on a timer and say, in 60 seconds, I'm coming back and I'm gonna press play and I'm gonna do the next round. We're gonna do all 5 rounds together. I will add a little bit of a pause at the bottom for you to breathe. Press pause if you need it. If you're one of my hard chargers and you don't want to press pause, there will be just a little bit of a break for you to get some water, and then we're going right into the next. All right? We ready? I am going to demo everything on that first round, and then I will be moving through each thing after that, still naming it and still counting and still doing it with you. So you will not get lost. Pause at any point. Rewind to see what we're doing. Don't panic if you start to feel lost. Slow it down. That's okay. All right. Speed skaters, you're gonna need a little bit of space for this one. So I have lines, I have the benefit of lines on my floor. So there's a line there, there's a line there. I am going to hop between the lines. Do you have to hop? Nope, not even a little bit. So here's one. I'm gonna load and I'm gonna head to that line right there. And I'm gonna load. So notice I just tapped down, that's okay. So if you wanna hop, this is what it would look like. Each time we hopped is 1. Now, if you are not gonna hop, guess what? You can just step. Step, but you still have to pause. Doesn't matter what you choose, pause. Because I'm looking around, I'm unstable. So pause, hold, it's not a controlled fall. Don't step out or hop out until you have control on the foot you're standing on, and then go. Pause. Or you're stepping, pause. So we're loading, pause, stepping or jumping, pause. 10 speed skaters, let's go, okay? Here we go. There's 1, 2. If I'm stepping, this is what it's gonna look like. 3, pause. 4, pause. Or if I'm hopping, 5, pause. 6, pause. 7, pause. 8, pause. 9, pause or step. 10, pause. You did it. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be safe. All right, arm haulers, we're going back to the ground. So we warmed up with those W's, and that was so that we can do arm haulers. We're gonna come down to the ground, same setup, forehead down, think long spine, long neck, and I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna sweep. You have the option to keep this down. You'll find it's hard though. I am gonna keep all this up, thighs, knees, feet, sweep around, fingertips are gonna touch behind my back, and sweep around. So it looks like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I am going a little faster. 10, all the way back to the top. Push yourself up. Alternating reverse lunges. I'm going to do these from the front and the side really quick because I need to make sure you know how to do reverse lunges because there's a little trick to these, okay? Sideways. Start with my feet together, step back, pause. See how far back I stepped? Most people do not step far enough. This ensures that I'm unstable apparently, Jace. You're up on the ball, the back foot, so look at this back foot. Bright orange shoes mean good visual on what I mean by that. And now I'm gonna lift my torso. Staring straight ahead, up, back, dip. Your dip on this back leg is up to you. So my default is the ground. I don't care where your default is, it'll look like this. All right, so we're gonna count. So that was 4, here's 5, here's 6, we're going to 10 is 7, here's 8, stay tall for 9, ball of the back foot, 10, beautiful. These ones are real fun. You can do these on a box, you can do these elevated, absolutely. You can do them you can do them with an assistance from a box in front of you to help you stand up, and you'll see what I mean. So we're going alternating low to tall planks. Yeah, your hands are gonna, I had my, never mind. Ignore everything I just said. You can still do this elevated, but we're doing it on our arms. My brain had a different movement in my head. Too many things. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so it looks like this. So here is, you have a couple of options. You can be here, and I'm gonna go right forearm, left forearm, right hand, left hand, then I'm gonna alternate. Left forearm, left hand, right hand. If you wanna get crazy, you can do it this way. Long lever, so out on the ball of my feet, So you can absolutely do this elevated on a box, on a bench, on a couch, on the chair, whatever you have access to. Do not feel like you need to do this on the ground. Okay, we're gonna go alternating back and forth. Let's go. I will do it on my knees for you guys because I think a lot of you will be doing them on your knees, so I want you to know what it looks like, okay? And I don't want you to feel bad about doing them on your knees either because I'll do them with you. All right, we're gonna start with the right side. I'm gonna pull my belly button in so I'm not here. I'm not doing this whole thing like this, okay? What we're working on is bring that butt down. All right, here we go. Left side down, right side down, left side down, right side down, left side down. This is 7, 8, 9, and 10. Finish all the way up on your hands. Boom, done. Now, on your knees is not nearly as hard as out on your feet. So if you're one of my hard charging gals and you can keep good form out on your feet, by all means do those on your feet. Tug-ups. So we are gonna start down here. So classic tuck-ups look like this. Difference here though is that you need to be able to keep rib cage, belly button tucked in and zipped up together so that we don't get this big arch, lose connection with the floor, and all of a sudden now we've got this big rib flare. So watch what happens. I'm gonna tuck down. So I'm pelvic tilting, taking my pelvis and I'm pushing it down, and that tucks my rib cage and it zips up my belly button. So all of this whole thing is nice and ready now. So how far out you kick will be dependent on how stable you can keep all of this. Okay, so you can kick here. That would be 1. This would be 2, for example. You can come out here. If you can really keep things locked in, then you're gonna be out here. Don't do that if you can't keep locked in. I will do these with you right here so that you know that this is a viable, fabulous option. All right, so we're gonna start for real counting. Here's 1, here's 2, 3, and a lot of these are done fast. 4, because this is more of a HIIT workout. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, that was the end of round 1. What does that mean for us? Those of you who need a break, pause this, get some water. Those of you that want to go right into the next set, the next round, I'm not going to talk a whole lot more. I might give cues here and there. Otherwise, we're just going to get into work and I'm going to count. I'm going to do this with you. So if you're ready, now's the time to get back to your spot where you're watching your TV or your laptop or your phone, because we're about to start it and it's going to get real now. Okay, we ready? Speed skaters, find your little spots, hop or remember to pause, and then go hop or step out. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm staying nice and still. 4 before I go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. And I'm pausing for good measure. Done. Arm haulers back down to the ground. Long neck, long spine. Tilt your forehead down. Activate your whole backside to lift everything, chest up, knees up, feet up. And we're gonna sweep around. 1, 2, maybe you're somebody. 3 who has a hard time with shoulder mobility. 4, then just go back a little bit. 5, it might look more like this. 6, maybe it'll be more out here for 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to the top. No one says you have to sweep, so you might, I have a client that really can't lay down flat, so she does these standing. Do these standing if you need to, that's perfectly fine. She'll do them on her knees. Sometimes she'll do them standing this way. Sometimes her shoulder's feeling yucky, so she'll just do this, or she'll just do like a little, kind of like she's waving, kind of weirdly, awkwardly waving. So you have options, choose wisely. Next up, alternating reverse lunges. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can make sure your form looks, kind of like mine. All right, we're going to 10, alternating. There's 1, 2, and again, depth doesn't matter. 3, 4, 5, 6, staying tall does. 7, big step backs for 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Back down to tall plank to low plank. on your feet or on your knees, does not matter, or elevated is great. Okay, I'm gonna do these out on my feet so you can see what that looks like for those of you who wanna do it this way. So I'm nice and tall, or I'm gonna start nice and tall. I'm gonna go right side first. So down, 1, other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep those butts down. I just noticed mine was up. 9. Oops, I think it said 9, 10. That doesn't matter. 10. All right. And tuck ups back onto our back now. This will be the end of round 2. Okay. As talked about before, pull all this, get those feet up, zip up, the belly button and the rib cage together. Keep the back flat. And here we go. 1, 2, we're going to 10, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna be out here for 7 or out here for 8, 9, 10. All right, round 2. This one's going fast. It's gonna go faster even. All right, round 3. Now is the time. Pause, go get water if you need it. Otherwise, if you're someone that needs to circle for a second and get your breath back a little bit, but doesn't want to pause anything, I'll give you a second, like 10 seconds, to go grab some water. And then if you want to maintain eye contact with whatever medium you're using to watch this. And then we're gonna go to round 3. Hope they're feeling a little more comfortable with what we're doing now. All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1, speed skaters, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Notice I paused on number 10 just to keep myself honest there. Arm haulers back down onto your belly. Again, you can be on your knees, you can be standing. There's also another option called arm waves, arm hauler waves. You could do this option as well if it feels better in your shoulders. All right, down we go. Lift everything up, chest, foreheads down, and here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, all the way back to the top. Good work. Alternating reverse lunges. Turning sideways again, so you can keep ensuring that your form is dialing in a little more. Here we go. There's 1, 2, notice how far back I'm stepping. 3, it does take some time to get used to that. 4, 5, 6, 7, step out onto the ball of the back foot for 8, 9, big one for 10, together. Let's go back down to our plank here. All right, I'm gonna go back down to my knees. For those who want to do the knees and would prefer that option for the demo now. Okay, here we go. Down, I'm going to the right side for 2, left side for 3, right side for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all the way up for 10. So definitely going fast now. You can slow down, pause this, do this at your own pace. And I'm also just changing directions, just, you know, keeping you on your toes here. So turning, let's get into that nice active position. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. That was the end of 3. So if you need a break, by all means pause it. If you don't want to break, circle for a sec. I'll pause with you, get some water, high five someone who thinks you're awesome really quick. And then if you're feeling like anything's getting sore at all, see if you can figure out which it is that's doing it and shorten up the movement pattern a little bit. Change the angles. I'm stalling for you in case you're wondering. Change the angles a little bit, shorten the depth, change the version that you're doing, or go elevated on the movement pattern if as you're able. You can do the alternating reverse lunges with hand assistance. So you can put your hands on something and go back here. And that way it gives you a little more stability to practice going in a bigger step backwards. So just FYI. All right, top of 4 here. Let's go. Speed skaters. Let's get crazy. I'm gonna start on this side now. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, I'm gonna step out for a few here. 3, 4, so remember what those look like. 5, so you can do this option if needed. 6, 7, 8, notice I'm staying super stable. 9, 10, it is okay if you were kind of all over the place. Speed skaters cause a lot of floppiness. Not a big deal. Arm hollows. Here we go. Forehead down, lift everything up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way back to the top to complete the rep. Good work. And then reverse lunges. All right, let's go. Here, so straight on, just so you can see what it looks like. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, staying super tall for 6, 7, really tall, 8, full extension at the top, 9, last one, 10, good work. Back to the tall planks here, tall to low planks. I'll do these on my knees again because I bet a lot of you will be doing them that way. And here we go, left, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gorgeous tug ups. This is the end of round 4, almost there. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Big one for 10. Ensure all this is flat. And that was the end of round 4. If you would like to, pause, as I said before, get some water, or just keep this on, get some water. And at any point, if you feel like, I don't want to tell you to stop, but what I'm going to tell you is know your body. So if you're starting to feel like your form is going to poop, things are starting to fall off your wagon a little bit and you're getting sloppy and ugly in the way that you're doing things, that would be the time to consider not doing the last round. You never have to do the last round of anything. It's like doing the last run on a ski hill. It's the last run of the day when the ACLs get torn because you wiped out and left a yard sale of your equipment behind you up the hill. So make smart decisions about when you call it quits on workouts like this. I don't need anybody tearing anything because you thought the last run of the day will be awesome. The last run of the day is usually when we tear things, so don't do that. All right, this is our last round. Those of you who have been with me this whole time, let's go. Those of you who have been taking breaks, good job knowing yourself and knowing when you need to stop for a second and take a breather. That's fine. Everybody's doing the right things. Let's go. 5th round here, last time. 50 total reps. That's all that's left. That sounds like a lot when I say it like that. Never mind that I just said that. Let's go. Here we go. There's 1, 2, whoopsie. Don't do that. 3, 4. And you'll notice I hopped a little. 5 to readjust. That's okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Arm hollers, come on down. Whatever version you choose to do of arm hollers, it will be the right decision. So let's go. Foreheads down to protect the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. You don't have to do those anymore. Yay. Okay. Turning sideways again, reverse lunges, total of 10. Big steps back. Remember, you have a hand-assisted option. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Woo! No more of those. We're just checking them off the list now. All right, I'm gonna do the long version. the long lever version on the last round here of the tall to low planks. This is a bad decision by me, I think, but here we go. We're gonna do it. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last time we did it. Woohoo! 10 last reps of tuck-ups, and then go find someone to high five because of your awesomeness and share it with those people in your house. 1, or wherever you are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! All right, super awesome. High five, air five. Because if you don't have anybody in your immediate vicinity, I'll high five you. Thank you so much for staying with me on that workout. There was a lot of things to think about. As I always say, every modification is a change of angles. That's it. So no matter what the workout is, whether it be me or someone else that you get a workout from, if the movement is not serving you, change it. Change it, don't do it, or change the angles of your joints. If you don't know enough about what that means, I have demo videos. I'll do more clarification videos on different things. Ask those questions and I will try and get you really good answers, and I can get you better demo videos if you feel like you need more intense grasp, like in the weeds demo videos, so that you can get better access to other modification options. If you found this really helpful, like and subscribe. So glad that you joined me today. So glad to get to sweat with you. So feel free to like and subscribe, Blossom Home Wellness, and I will see you for the next workout. You're awesome. Have a great day.